Ladies, gents, good afternoon. 13th of December 2019. So we are getting closer to the end of the year. But anyway, hopefully it's a Friday, 13th. Hopefully we are not gonna make big mistakes today. I'm going to discuss situation post UK election. All right. So we are going to go straight into that, talking Boris Johnson next possible steps, as well as discussing some charts. So without further delay, let's go straight into that. Okay, so as you know, my name is Piotr. This is Forex Global YouTube channel. We are like the new reality when we are talking about the UK. So looks like the if you remember the ABBA song, the winner takes it all. Looks like Boris Johnson can take it all. But I'm going to try to tell you that it might not be that easy as some may think, right? Because okay, it's good, huge win, spike on the pound overall, right? From the charts perspective, we hit very important and interesting levels. But let's start with the political situation right here, right now. So next week the UK politicians are going to get back to work finally, right? From the UK taxpayers' perspective, I would say. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, on Thursday we have a Queen's speech, and then next Friday, so within the next 7 days, there is a possibility that we might see the proposal of the Boris Johnson Brexit agreement is gonna be voted in the UK Parliament, right? So as he promised during the campaign, looks like he might deliver. So either around the Christmas or right at the beginning of 2020, right? And then that's where the interesting things can happen. Okay, what I mean by that? Well, if we are going to have this Brexit in January, then the transition period is going to end in December 2020, if I'm not mistaken, and it could be extended, right? But to be extended, the decision has to be done before the July 2020. It's important from the EU budget perspective, okay? But of course, Boris Johnson promised that he will try to avoid the extension. So they are going to UK and the EU. They are going to have 11 months to get deal done. Well, that sounds funny already, especially if we are going to get back and check how those consultations, talks been done previously, right? So it's a first kind of the joke, and that's where some kind of the trouble may occur, right? From the Boris Johnson perspective. Another thing is there is a lot of talks about the free trade. What we have to understand when it comes to the free trade, usually the services are a little bit behind or lower, whatever. And we do know, and I'm always trying to tell you about that services is something important for the UK economy, right? So that's another thing. Also during those agreement talks, Boris Johnson has to be very careful, because he wants to make a deal with US as well, right? And we do know a little bit of the conflict between on the trade line between the EU and US, right? So as you can see, of course, it's I'm trying to explain in the easiest way, but as you can see, it might not be that easy as some may try to tell us, right? So having this in mind, let's have a look what we have from the chart perspective. And here let's start with euro pound, because I do think that if you like the pound after the election or overall, I think that the chances are here for the pound on the euro GBP chart, right? Especially that there was some kind of the very old consolidation, all right? And on that beginning of the year towards the mid, huge rally, right? We've seen attempt to go higher through the top of that consolidation, unfortunately, which quickly been rejected. So he had some kind of the stop hand to the upside, right? The next positive thing from the pound perspective is that this possible demand from the rally been taken out lately, right? That's the weekly chart, by the way, on the euro pound, all right? So right here, right now, pound took out some important levels, so more stops, this time to the downside, be taken out. Now we still have like 10 hours to go towards the end of the week. So the main question right here, right now, is if the bears are going to be able to push the prices towards the lower of the day of the week to make the first week close below, right? Then the second week as the confirmation and eventually the continuation, or if the bulls are gonna be strong enough after the stop count to recover, to fade that break and move a little bit higher and trying to hold the big consolidation. In that case, the move towards at least 50% of that consolidation can take the place, right? And big question mark is gonna be around the mid of that consolidation. In case of the breakdown, in case of the, let's say, this type of the weekly close, right? Then let's say second week, some kind of the confirmation, so another close outside of that consolidation. Then I would like to see the rally back towards this small consolidation, pre-rally consolidation, right? So in case we are going to see this type of the rally, that would be my supply level, and I would like to try to trade lower. Where is lower? Lower is this stop count towards 76 and 75. That would be my target on euro pound. But well, we need to see what kind of the close we are going to get this week, as well as how the situation will looks like towards the end of the year, because also from the yearly perspective we have long upper shadow, and at least for now we are creating a negative body. All right, so that's how I see the things from the euro pound perspective. Now let's switch to the pound yen. Just the second. Yeah, that's the pound yen. And also from the weekly chart perspective, very interesting levels, right? We are approaching, we were today already around 148, so 150 is a key psychological level, right? So let's have it in chart. That's the 150, right? And as we can see that plenty of times market was trying, right, to fight with this 150, all right, and finally we got this type of the rejection, huge sell-off towards even 126, 127, right? And very nice recovery. So the recovery brought us towards this latest consolidation, right? And from here there was a huge sell off going on. So the main question today is one: 146.80. If we are going to get the close below, right, there are two ways. Market may either try to go straight to 140 or may try to fight with some more stops, creating another upper shadow, testing 150 and then going lower, right? So this upper shadow today is gonna be the key, okay? In case of the strong move to the end of the week and strong close, well, I think the higher levels, even above 150, could be in play. But personally, I might be wrong. That's why I'm not trading today cable. Pound yen, because I want to see where we are going to get the close from the weekly perspective. Well, I think the upper shadow is going to be bigger. We are going to close below that zone, 146.80, and then next week is going to be crucial. Of course, it's end of the year approaching, so liquidity is going to be a little bit lower. That's why I think more fireworks could be in play, and the real trading is going to get back second, third week of the January. I do believe we are going to have plenty of opportunities, either short term and medium term. Especially from the day trading perspective. That's what I like. Higher volatility on the cable. That's what I'm looking for. And finally, a cherry on the cake, on the top of the cake, is a GBP USD. Overall, I don't think we are going to see much higher levels unless there is, let me clean something on those charts, unless there is a overall US dollar sell-off, right? So what I'm talking about, it's weekly chart. So blue line, right? I'm talking about the situation we have right here, right now. I do expect market may want to try to push a little bit higher. So what I want to see upper shadow and close below, right? So maybe not this week, maybe next week we are going to see something like this. Maybe beginning of 2020, right? But I want to see upper shadow. I want to see upper shadow and close like this, right? Here we have three ideal touches. So, well, not everything is done. So I want to see something higher. Then a little bit of the pullback is possible, where at least towards 130. Where could this upper shadow take place, right? Because that is a conservative setup. You want to see upper shadow, you want to see close below, right? That's the set. But if you are very, very, very aggressive, then the latest swing low might be the solution. In that case, if this rally eventually, if we are going to see higher levels, right, towards 38, right, so that could be for aggressive traders, this swing low, right, could be the way to watch the pound from a short setup perspective as an aggressive approach. All right, all of this, that's what I've been trying to show you. Positive pound, euro pound, negative pound, pound yen or pound dollar, all of these developments are underway. No rush, right? We were talking pound situation, political situation from the medium and long-term perspective. We are going to get back to intraday trading scenarios in the near term. So please bear with us, subscribe to the channel, and more to come. Don't be trapped later today, guys. Have a great rest of the US session. Have a great weekend in case we are not hear each other before the weekend. Recharge the batteries, and market will be open next week. I promise you, as usual. Take care and goodbye, guys.